in 5.
This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Skip Money.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Good Neighbor Podcast Live. So I am thrilled today to have a very special guest in our studios for the first time, and I'm sure you'll be just as excited because today I have the pleasure of introducing your good neighbor, Miss Lindsey Brock, who is with Lindsey Brock Counseling, PLLC. Lindsey, welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks. Thanks for having me.
Well, we're thrilled to have you. Like I said, excited to learn all about you and your counseling practice. So if you don't mind, why don't you kick us off by telling us about what you do?
Sure. Well, I am a licensed clinical social worker, and I am the owner and operator of Lindsey Brock Counseling. A lot of people know us by our website URL, which is thebreakuptherapist.com. But technically, Lindsey Brock Counseling PLLC, a little more formal. And I work with a great group of like-minded clinicians. There's 9 of us here at the practice that provide outpatient psychotherapy to folks 18 and up all across North Carolina. And some of us are licensed in South Carolina as well, where we can provide telehealth services.
Very cool. Very cool. Do you do a lot of telehealth type visits?
We do. I would say it's about 50-50. Like everyone, we learned how to go online real quick during COVID, and some people never really came back to the office, just a matter of convenience and not having to find parking and being able to have therapy on your lunch break. So it's about a 50-50 split of folks we see in person and folks we see online.
Very cool. Very cool. Mm-hmm. So how did you get into the counseling business?
It was about 2 weeks before I graduated my undergrad degree, and I realized that I wanted to be a therapist. So had to take a year off to regroup and make a new plan. But it was my own experience, my personal experience in therapy as a college student that really opened my eyes to how helpful this resource of therapy can be to folks. And so it was my own path, my own journey of healing that really kind of pointed me in this direction of being in the chair instead of on the couch.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm. Very good. Well, what are some myths or misconceptions in the counseling business industry?
There's a lot. I think what first comes to mind is that a therapist is trying to fix you, or that we know better, or that we have all the answers. We don't have all the answers, and we are certainly not trying to fix anybody. I think a lot of folks maybe expect to show up and just get a lot of advice. And well, there's a time and place for that. That's not the kind of backbone or foundation of what good therapy looks like. So I think that's probably the biggest one. We're not driving the show. You are.
Well, I've kind of always been of the opinion, and I've had several counselors before, and because I needed it, and always felt like if somebody started giving me advice, that I'm not in the right place. I think, yeah.
I think that's good intuition.
I've learned that from good therapists. But anyway, so outside of work, what do you like to do for fun?
Well,
is there time for fun?
Right. When I've got a 9-year-old, and she's in a fun age where she's starting to do a lot of things for fun. So I am working extra hard right now to make sure that I am also doing things for fun. This spring, I played on an adult soccer league, and that was very humbling and very fun. But that has kicked off. I reconnected with my love for the sport, and so I'm playing signing up for summer league and fall league as well, and I'm excited
Oh
about
wow.
that. Yeah,
Wow.
that's
Did you
it's a
play
big.
soccer as a kid?
I did. I through high school, and it was a great part of my life. And as my daughter started playing soccer, I thought, I wouldn't hate it if she didn't choose a travel team where we're gone. I'm very grateful for my parents giving up all their weekends. So I played a lot of soccer, and I think I was probably pretty burnt out on it too. So um, it's fun to
But now
return
you're
to.
back.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Very cool. Well, let's switch gears for a second. Lindsey, can you describe a hardship or a life challenge that you've overcome and how it made you stronger on the other side? Anything come to mind?
Yeah, I was. What comes to mind, at first it seems a little silly because everyone experienced this, but I think that's the nature of this hardship. But during COVID that was the first time that I didn't love being a therapist, and that I really considered leaving the field. And reason being, it's really hard to be a therapist and be going through something that your clients are going through as well. And that was the first time something like that had happened to me as a therapist, of just the parallel processing and the familiar stories. And then you go home and I'm living it. And it was just a level of burnout that um, made me want to go in a different direction. And I'm really glad that I didn't. And um, I'm really happy in my work. And it was, personally, by kind of sticking through that and figuring out how do I do this job and still love it while I'm going through something that all of my clients are talking about too. Um, that made me a better clinician, and it made me a more resilient human. So I'm really glad that I didn't throw in the towel. Mm-hmm.
Me too. Me too. It sounds like you're good at what you do.
Thanks.
Awesome. Well, if you could think of one thing that you would like our listeners to remember about you and about Lindsey Brock Counseling, what would that be?
One thing I would say: you don't have to be going through a breakup to come see us. A lot of, I can't tell you I can tell you, probably about twice a week, I get an email that says, "Hi, I'm not going through a breakup, but I found your website online. Will you still see me?" And the answer is yes, yes. That is not a prerequisite for getting support in your life. Yeah. So I hope folks will remember that.
You don't have to be breaking up to get therapy.
Right, right.
Very good
Mm-hmm.
thing to remember. Awesome. Well, for those of us who may or may not be going through a breakup and
Mm-hmm.
are interested in need your help, how can we learn more?
Sure. Well, our the website is thebreakuptherapist.com, and there you'll see the profiles of all of our different clinicians who all bring something unique and different. I think the best way to know if it's a good fit clinically and professionally is just kind of a vibe check, which I know is not very clinical, but there's a therapist. I'm not for everyone, and that's okay. And so folks can go on the website and just see, who kind of feels like a good fit, or who is somebody that maybe I feel like I can talk to just by reading their bio. You cannot really find us on social media, because I broke up with social media a few years ago, um, and I don't regret it, but it does feel a little weird to say. Um, yeah, that's it.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
it's a good thing.
Yeah, but yeah, that's the best place to find us. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. And can you make appointments on your website?
Not through our website, but there are clear instructions on how to reach out to a clinician to make an appointment on the contact page of our website. Once a client is established, there is automatic booking so we can just kind of
Oh, cool.
streamline the process, which is helpful. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. And that is www.thethe-breakuptherapist.com. Awesome.
Correct.
So make sure it's clear. You heard it here, guys. So, and gals, don't have to be breaking up to
That's
see
right.
a therapist there. Very cool. Well, Lindsey, I can't tell you how much I appreciate your time today and spending time with our listeners and telling us all about what you do and how you're benefiting the community. We appreciate that very, very much. And wish you and your family, your 9-year-old and your husband and your practice all the best moving forward.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Maybe we can have you back sometime. Thanks.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnptry-cities.com. That's gnptry-cities.com or call 423-719-5873.